All right. Hey, everyone. It is current event time. So it's April 6th, 2020. Well, Jay Inslee, our governor, has extended our stay at home order for all Washingtonians through May 4th. What does that mean for public school? The short answer to that is I don't know. It's not specific enough. So it looks like our stay at home order might be extended, but I can't tell you that officially. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what the superintendent has to say about what school is going to look like because we were supposed to go back to school back in late April. So we'll see what happens with that. But early data from the University of Washington's Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation shows that social distancing is actually working. I don't know if you guys have been watching the news a lot, but there's New York, the East Coast has been hit really, really hard with this coronavirus. Washington State, we were kind of where it had started with that nursing home. But since then, you don't really see Washingtonians and Washington State making national news, which in this case is a good thing, because it looks like our social distancing efforts, which went into effect way before it did in other states, especially on the East Coast. You're starting to see this flatten of that curve where people are going to hospitalizations. It's important. It's important to know um, that social distancing is not going to stop the spread of this virus, but it definitely will slow it down. And that's what the whole goal was: is not to overload the healthcare industry and hospitals. It's gone down so much that Washington is actually going to give 400 ventilators to New York because we simply just don't need them, which is, that just goes to show you it's looking pretty good for us. In terms of the economy is getting hit pretty hard, guys. Boeing, we talked about how Boeing shut down its production of its planes. That shutdown has been extended now indefinitely until the economy gets back up and running. This is affecting about 30,000 workers. Boeing is trying to keep the non-factory workers keep working, but it is going to have an impact on our economy. Um, Overall, in the last 2 weeks of March, about 10 million people sought for unemployment benefits, um, which is record breaking to say the least. There's I've seen people forecast what our unemployment rate might look like in the fourth quarter, and it ranges anywhere between 13 to 15% of people are unemployed, which is a huge, huge number. In the 2008 recession, nationally, we had about a 10% unemployment rate. 15 is huge. But the thing that's unique about this, and I think we should keep on the positive side, is once this coronavirus thing goes away, essentially the economy should just reboot and restart and get back everybody back to work. It wasn't a problem with the housing market crash and all that other stuff that happened in 2008. So that is the benefit of that. And finally, for your question, there's a handful of states that have not laid down a stay at home order. There's some cities within those states, some counties within those states that have these stay at home orders, but these governors have decided not to give a stay at home order. These are in Arkansas, which I spelled wrong, I'm just looking at right now, Wyoming, North and South Carolina, Dakota, South Carolina, Nebraska, Iowa, Utah, and Oklahoma. And my question is should they? Because on one side, if you take a look at it, it seems like social distancing is working. But what kind of effect does that have on the economy? So, anyway, I'd like to hear your thoughts on whether or not these states should provide a overall blanketed stay-at-home order. All right, take care, guys. See you tomorrow.